What's up? I wanted to give a shout out to Come and Talk to Me. It's on YouTube Streets. It's and I watched it for a long time. Mason Cam and Treasure Wilson. They all were together on that. But what I'm doing about it, OJ Simpson used to be on there and give his analysts about the weeks in football. He would be on there talking. See, a lot of people who think that he was just bougie and he had turned his back and wasn't down no more, didn't watch his commentary on there. Yeah, I followed him on X too, because on X, formerly Twitter, he gives some serious breakdowns. His memory was sharp. He could talk about plays. He told you what to look for, and he always was rooting for the Bills and the 49ers, but he broke down things. He was very concise, very precise with details. But the thing about with him, Cam and Mace, it was hilarious because he would talk real talk. People got this conception that he just bopped his head and forgot where he came from. In the last years of his lives, especially when I used to watch the show, I want to give a shout out to Cam and Mace. He got on there and he got real. He talked about a lot of things and he showed he was a real one, you know. And the thing about it is that it's not going to get the kind of coverage because, like, they are talking Maurice Claret's on there. They got an episode right now where people are, it don't let the media fool you. It seems like 99 white folks hated OJ, and then a lot of it is some true and real world. But there are a lot of folks that did still have respect for him. It's just the sports white tight butt cheap media and the sold out black folks have to sit there and tap dance because it's not fashionable to give it up to one of the greatest football players ever, top 10 ever. And when we're talking about the crossover movement, he's number one because he was the godfather of that. But he came back and talked to Mason Cam and Treasure and was talking about various topics, but he was very focused in detail. You know, he became like that uncle that people wanted to get down with. Like, he was charismatic. He kept it 100 in his later years, you know. And that's how people should remember him. Can't live. And like Mace was saying, not guilty. You got to live with the verdict. You know, just because Hollywood don't want to touch him no more and people want to act like they don't know him and remember him because that's what they do to you. They real common with that in white world. And when you're black, you get that faucet threefold. But I was wanted to give a shout out to their podcast because I enjoyed him on there. He gave some strong. If you ever get a chance to go back and look at his critiques and takes on football, especially if you're a football fan, he's as good as any announcer analysis you're going to see. I am not lying. I wasn't the greatest fan of his back in the day on Monday Night Football with Howard Cosell, who was better at his job, and them back in the day with Namath and all that. But when he breaks down plays and players, like, he can analyze like that, oh yeah, he was as good as anyone. He was as good as anyone because he was very detailed and his memory was sharp. But he also showed the brother side on this particular podcast, which it got lost because people didn't really, he was downplayed because, again, he became a black thing. Ain't that something? When they ain't got no more use for you, and you seeing how these white folks is acting about him, you see it loud and clear. I want you to remember that when it comes election time, what they really think about you. Because when you're not in favor and they can't pimp you off the plantation for money for you, this is what they really think about you. The first hint of any kind of problem you get into, this is what they really think about you. Yeah, I'm going to go on a rant about this because you saw what happened with Michael Jackson. You see, you see how they are with R. Kelly now. You can say what you want. It's different situations, but they are like, we're not going to play your music. We're done with you. You see what they're doing with Puffy. I'm not saying people's guilt or innocence. I'm saying in the black, white world in America with 3Ks, when you don't toe they line and anything comes up, you ain't squeaky clean. But you ain't even got to be squeaky clean because look at how they do Obama. The disrespect. When you black, you walk a very fine line. The rope is about that. And you don't have a moment to flinch or be cross-eyed or crazy. But anyway, I want to give a shout out to Cam and Mase. Check out Come and Talk to Me. Them brothers be on it on there. That's some real talk. They cover a lot of sports topics. They cover a lot of different topics. But the OJ segments were definitely special. And they gave him a fitting tribute. I want to give them a shout out. Check out their platform, And Mase got a lot to say, as does Cam. These cats got some stories. Shout out to Treasure Wilson, too. All right. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments. And I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another shitter if you feel like I'm out. Peace.